Hey guys, Saturday, December 28th of 2024. Hopefully you guys had a great holidays, spent some time with your loved ones, your families, your friends. I had a great time. I ate a lot of food and I ate a lot of junk food. This is a season where now I just kind of eh, I'm not really caring that much about what I'm eating because it's just going to be a lot of everything. But starting January 1st, maybe even the 2nd, that's when I'm going to start, going back to my normal eating habits, and all that good stuff. So just wanted to give you a little insight of what I was planning to do for 2025. But I wanted to do this video because I have been pondering on where we at on nat gas, and I wanted to backtest the Elliott wave theory, and I am going way back into 2022 just to kind of see what the Elliott wave count was doing when we hit that high on August 22nd of $10.02. If you want to go on a journey with me of backtesting, I recommend this for everyone that trades, to backtest your theories, your techniques, and just see what insight you could get with your indicators, your theory, your technique, and see what works, what doesn't work, and learn your tools. So without any further delay, let's get into it. So I am looking at a weekly chart. Every move here is a whole week of price action. I wanted to start out with the weekly, and maybe I might do a daily. So as of right now, this is June the 3rd of 2022. And we're somewhere around $8.51. As of right now, it's indicating that this is maybe a possible wave 3, working onto a wave 4. And the Stokes are very toppy, indicating that maybe there's a turning point coming very soon. This green line right here is a seasonality projection line. This is what typically, on average, what natural gas may do. It's not the magic crystal ball, but it's possible that it may be going this direction. As of right now, using the week of 6/3/2022, it's indicating that maybe there's a top around September the 2nd. But we know that the top came in around the week. You could say the week of August 19, which the exact day was August the 23rd. So somewhere in this ballpark. So it was kind of close. It went off a couple of more weeks, but it was in that ballpark. It was indicating a possible turning point going down. So let's see what the Elliott wave theory was doing using a linear regression channel, using our moving average. Let's go day by day. So it looks like we're still on a wave 3, maybe a possible wave 4, a pullback into ending a wave 5. And in hindsight, we already know this is the week where we turned. Let's go day by day. We pull back. We hit wave 4 projection. There's a deeper one here, maybe a possible 660. Next day, it hit that. And now, interesting, look at that. It has become a wave 5. So something to learn here. And we know that we're looking for a wave 5 around August, the week of the 19th. Right now, I can see that sometimes it gets it wrong. And it did get it wrong here. It's thinking this is the top. If you were to be looking at this, and if I do an analysis on an Elliott wave, you could probably think like, yeah, you got to take that with a grain of salt, because back testing it changes. So right now, let's say this is a wave 5. It does kind of make sense. We're very toppy. Stokes looks like they want to go down. This is one I lean on a lot. Let's go to the next week. And it keeps pushing even lower. We're right now closing at 572. and still a wave 5 on June the 10th. Keep pushing next week. Looks like we found the low here. Stokes still negative for the week. Another week. Now looks like the Stokes are about to cross over. And you got this the strong move to the upside. It looks like it's up to $7. Looking at the seasonalities indicating a possible top now, and I don't know why this changes, but it's interesting. The seasonality now is saying a possible top around August, the week of August 19th. And that's positive because that's actually what happened. But if you go back, it was saying September 2nd. Just want you to see the dynamic of the way these things are moving. You got a buy signal here. Below the moving average, very overextended on the linear regression channel, still indicating a wave 5. Let's see what happens next. Strong move to the upside. Now we got a crossover on the Stokes. And the question is it going to be a fail new high and then turn? That's where you want to look at. This is where the bears are kind of freaking out because it's like, damn, we thought this was it. Elliott was saying wave 5 should have been an ABC correction. And so far it's still pushing higher. And it's projecting a wave 5 of 1003. Just in case we were wrong, this is not a wave 5. Maybe there's one coming up. And also, if you were to look, you can see that there's a second projection. And we know this didn't play out because we didn't go all the way to 14. We went at 1002. So I could kind of already get some insight tips here that start leaning on the first projection. And if it continues going higher, then that's your second target. But normally the first one is probably more legit. I know this is a small sample size, but you'll see how I continue going forward, why it makes sense. Boom. We stalled here around 829. Now, still a wave 5. Let's go back if anything's changed. Yep, still wave 5. We stalled there. Stokes are still positive up here. Stalling here. Looks like it could be a fill new high here, and then from here go down. But let's see what happens. Pulling back. Stokes are positive. Time clusters. Let's include time clusters. Time clusters are indicating that there's a possible, probably turning point between the 26th, the 23rd, and October 7th. And in hindsight, we know it was somewhere in this ballpark, maybe a week ahead. There was going to be a turning point. Seasonality was indicating that's going to play out or possibly around here. Let's see what happens. We get this nice push. So now we're testing highs, and these are closes. So this is not the actual high and low and close. These are closes. And this is the week of the 12th. One more week coming up, and then this is, now look what happened. This was originally a wave 5, 610, right? Now this became a wave 3. So something to ponder here is that this is just back testing and just getting, ideas. Is that sometimes your high could be a wave 3. And this is on the program that I'm using, and not really lean on wait for a wave 5, because we never got to $12. And we did get a pullback, but we never went up to finish a wave 5. So we ended it here on a wave 3. So in hindsight, sometimes when we're doing our analysis on the Elliott wave theory, sometimes we have to start thinking that maybe a turning point could be coming on a wave 3. And that's just my notes that I'm taking. And just in this, just back testing the 1002 high, it really happened on a wave 3. So sometimes when I see a wave 3 and it's all lining up with the seasonality of the week where it turns and you're on a wave 3, but then you're, Elliott, but we got to pull back and we got to end on a wave 5. Well, look, In reality, it really ended on a wave 3 with the seasonality. Time clusters indicating possible turning point. Stokes still haven't turned over, but it's still in that area. And then we go another week. It kind of goes sideways, still indicating a wave 3. Wave 3, 1024. One more, and then it starts getting your next overbought or very toppy signals. You get it here once, you get it here again, and then you go one more week, and then it starts pulling in. So what would void this that it's going to go higher? It's that it continues going down, and there is no wave 4. So let's see if our theory is correct. This is a wave 3? We should have a wave 4 and push even higher. And we know that's not going to happen because we never got a wave 5. This was our high of 1002, and this is the close, so we know that we went at least as 1002 on the 23rd around here. You can see that here it was indicating a wave 3. Let's continue. So let's say, yeah, it might hold here. This is your wave 4, 682. If not, there's a target of 595, and then you got all my X's here to tell you if this move is gonna bounce up here, and if it takes out the red one, it's done. Let's see if this continues being a wave 3. Sideways, Stokes are negative. Let's look at our oscillator, and you can see that we already on a wave 3. Another thing to look at is you got divergence. So we got this strong move on 610, strong oscillation here, and then it pulled back, and then we made that high on 1002 on August 23rd, and we got this divergence, another clue that there could be a possible turning point. Mind you, still on a wave 3, not even a wave 5. But let's give it, let's the benefit of the doubt. Let's see if we're wrong. Maybe we're hardcore Elliott wave guys. This is a wave 4. We're going to push higher. Let's continue looking at that. Sideways. Let's look at our Stokes. This is just to show you the divergence technique. Let's just continue. Oh, look at that. Let's go back. So we had a wave 4 target here of 597 and the last one of 510. But statistically, if we take out this, the probabilities of us going higher starts diminishing. If we take out this, then it's done. So far, still a wave 3. And what day is this? October the 14th. Let's go. Boom. This has become a wave 5. So something to consider is that one, we see in our analysis that this is a wave 5 and seasonality is pushing lower. Stokes are negative. There's a high probability that once we see this as a wave 5, that this could probably play out. And that's just me back testing and just taking notes. So let's see what happens. Let's continue. It retraces. Obviously, it's not going to go straight down. So now it's saying it's a 1, 2, 3. We're working on a 4 somewhere around here. And there's a 5 down in the future. So let's see what happens. Working on a 4. So we hit our 4 projection target. 698, and if not, it's going to be 747. Let's see what happens. Pull back, sideways, kind of chopping here. Inside day looks, and look, a slam to the downside. It's still no wave 4 yet, but Stokes are negative. Let's continue. Still on a wave 3, no 4 yet. Let's continue. Still don't have a 4 yet. Wave 4. This still is wave 5. No 4 yet. So we continue. And it's still pushing. Still pushing. Still pushing. And then right there, you should be already looking at the seasonality. And look what seasonality. Seasonality is indicating that we start possibly finding a low somewhere around February. Remember February? I always tell you January, February are weak this be playing out where we at right now? And that high we hit at $4, that's it. And this is going to play out. I don't know. We'll see. Stokes are already bottoming out. We're getting our indicator that's very oversold, but we'll see. Let's see what happens. Ooh. Still a 3. Now kind of going sideways. We kind of found a bottom, and February 24th is a low. Let's see what happens. Mind you, this is every week. Kind of chopping. We get a pop. Projections of wave 4 would be 324 all the way to $4. Let's see what happens. Chopping. Testing the low again with a dead cat bounce. Still pushing lower. Still pushing lower. What day is this? 4/7. Oh, that's the week. Let's see. One more. Sideways, just kind of chopping. Chopping, still on the wave 3. We know April 14th was the low of 194, if I'm correct. My memory serves me well. So somewhere around here, we have an official low. So it's not really a wave 5, but a wave 3. So we originally had our wave, we had a 5 here, and we ended up on a wave 3. And now this is a wave 3 here. So let's see what happens. Sideways, Stokes is still positive. Sideways, pushing higher. We know from April 14, we made a high on October the 27th, which is somewhere around here, this area right here. And this is indicating seasonality wise that we made a high. We could make a high on August 25th. So we know this didn't happen in hindsight, but we know that around October the 27th, 11/3 that week, we did make a high. So let's see what happens. Stokes are now a little negative. Chopping around, we're just kind of going sideways. I remember this price actually. It was just going sideways. It was just grinding sideways to higher. Still on the wave 3. We're already September, October. Now we kind of push higher. We're kissing our wave 4 projection. Finally, we got a wave 4. So now it's indicating that maybe we're going to get a wave 5. So didn't get the high here seasonality wise, but we are very close now to what we actually did was a high around October 27th that week. And then seasonality indicates, yep, then we're going to push even lower into February again. You got this February here. But it kind of dead cat bounce. And then in April, it made a low, kind of grinding sideways. Now we have a wave 4. And I think that October 27th was at 353, 356 high. That's the one we kind of blew right through recently. And then we get our seasonality again into February the 16th. Let's see what happens. We got our wave 4 just kicked in. Let's get that out of the way. This is the week. This is the week of the high right here. So wave 4, pull back here. Let's see what happens. Continue. Now it's ABC on wave 4. We pull back. Sideways to lower. We take the linear regression channel. It's official now to wave 4. Pushing lower. Seasonality is indicating February the 9th. Possible low. Maybe, and then we kind of bounce off of there. This now is pushing to like the 16th to the 23rd. As you can see, it's moving sideways now. We got a flush down, and now we're into wave 5. And around the 16th, the week of the 16th to the 23rd, we get our low. And that's now an official wave 5. Stokes bottoming out right here. And you can see that this is where we made our low of, what is that, 152. 152 low on February the 20th. So that's our low, our official low using a week. So now seasonality wise, it's indicating that we could possibly make a top around, you could say August the 30th. We know that we didn't make a high on August 30th. We made a low somewhere around the 27th, but we did make a high somewhere around 611, somewhere around this area right here, very close to 524. So let's see what happens. Let's look at our timing clusters to see if there's any clues. So here we can see that maybe this low could be may play out because we have a one for the 15th of March, but we did a 20, so it was a little off. The seasonality is indicating that's possible. This is indicating maybe a possible low and possible high. It's already looking into the future, maybe the week of 6-7, maybe there's a week of 621. We don't know yet. Seasonality's in that ballpark. We already have a wave 5, so let's see if maybe we could get some kind of rally. But then it says that this is the final top, so let's see how that played out. Let's put our Stokes back. Let's look at our oscillators. Yes, we are very negative. Let's go back to our Stokes. You see that right here, we're already very oversold. Let's continue. So we kind of go sideways. We get positive Stokes, crack through the linear regression channels, above the moving average. We're, May 31st, getting strong. Looks like now we have a 1-2, working on a wave 3. The pullback, and then on a 5 right here, a 447, but we really did, was it 315 high? Let's see, another week there. So here is the week where we turned 6-7 right here. This is where we turned, and it was around 3. We did a high of 315 around there. So we never got to do a wave 5. And then I believe we kind of pulled back to like August 27th. Let's see how that plays out. Yeah. The wave 3. Now wave 4. Possible wave 4. Let's see. And then that erased. And now it's still pushing lower. Now we got our wave 4. Where's that at? We're in August now. Let's see what happens there. No wave 4. Now it's transformed into an ABC. Pullback. There's an indication here that maybe a possible turning point. Seasonality saying we're probably going to top out on September 6th. It kind of goes sideways. And then look, it got 1, 2, 3. Now it's indicating that maybe we could even go lower. So let's see what happens there. We got a wave 3 on a wave 4. So we got a wave 5. First was 155. I know that didn't play out. We got this pop. So now this is where it gets interesting because this is just chop fest. It's just going back and forth. Undecided. Counts are changing. Stokes are positive. This is September the 27th. Looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that I remember the 27th around there. That's when we made that low. And then we started grinding higher. So we got a 1, 2, 3. Pushing into a 4. 5 of 364. Let's see. Now it pushes back. Now this has become an ABC. Stokes have become negative here. Time clusters. Let's see. We got the 20th. We got January the 10th, and we got the 24th. But the week of the 20th would be interesting, mind you. And we made a high, supposedly, with seasonality, September. We make a low around February. So let's see what happen. Let's see what happens here. Stokes. Sideways. Chopping back and forth. Another little minor ABC. Now it's switched to now wave 3. Back to ABC. And now a wave 3. So now it's like deleted all the ABCs. Now we're pushing higher. We took out this high. So it looks like a wave. We're in a wave 3 with a projection of 415 all the way to 482. Stokes are positive. Time cluster. We're getting to that point of this week. Let's see of our oscillations. Looks positive. Look at our Stokes. And this is kind of where we're getting close to where we're at right now. 1, 2, still on a wave 3. We got 421 as a target and 501. Let's do to another week. And I think this is where we're at right now. So let's delete this. This is where we're at right now. We put a high. We got our Stokes telling us that we're getting very toppy. We got an indicator here, possible turning point here. Let's look at our time clusters. We're in that ballpark of that week, which is right here. The week of the 20th, possible turning point. If not, maybe we need to look at these dates, but let's see. Sell signal or turning point right here. Remember wave 3. Sometimes we don't get our wave 5 or a high. So back testing, this indicator in the system, sometimes a turning point could come on a wave 3. Seasonality pointing down. Let's see what else. Let's get this out of here. Let's see. These are weekly, so let's see maybe if we did hit some good targets. And this is a target that I have of 386 all the way to 407. So yeah, the target did get hit. So yeah, that's positive. I mean, we hit 401. I think it was Friday, and then the change of contract. We dropped down. So we got this big gap. No, yeah, we do have a gap. So interesting right there. Could this be the high? I don't know. Interesting. Let's look at the Stokes. We getting this yet, but no crossover yet. So still too early to tell. Oscillation still looks positive. There's no divergence here. And MACD is still positive. So too early to tell if this is a turning point. But just by going by what I know, what's for the bears is this seasonality, possible turning point maybe on this wave 3, and then this will adjust maybe an ABC. I don't know. This is a wave 5. Or somehow, I don't know. Too hard to tell, but keep an eye on that $4 because it's very interesting if we cannot push above that next week. I know off the top of my head, looking at the chart, that we are now below the 45, which is the 1x1, looking at the geometry chart. So very interesting with the change of contract. And I don't know if the weather forecasting that is going to be, a little warmer in the next couple of weeks into January. So who knows? There's a lot of things kind of loose. But just showing you the back testing and kind of showing you where we're at right now is very, very interesting. So let's hypothetically think what could be a possible target to the low. You know what? That's like cents. I don't know if that's going to play out. Let's see. Maybe this looks a little more realistic. Maybe 159, 139, 157. If it does play out, I don't know. We'll see. Something to probably ponder on the downside if it does play out. If it doesn't play out, we're going to continue pushing higher. And that may mean that, maybe first original, logical target would be it's going to push higher, 445. But we did hit $4, which is a round number. Sometimes things happen in round numbers. So we'll see. We hit $10.02. That was a round number. I think this was what, 6 That was 315. That was 353 over here. 315, $4. So let's see how this is going to play out in regards to this count. It's going to be interesting. Well, I'm going to sign out. Hope you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on that gas.